Hi there. Today I want to talk about something different, something quieter, something we men almost never say out loud. Loneliness. Now, don't worry, this isn't a woe is me episode. I'm not looking for sympathy. I wasn't sitting in a dark room with sad music playing. I wasn't lonely in the traditional sense at all. But back then, I did live alone, and I was happy with that, genuinely. I loved the silence of the weekends, the space, the routine of my own company. I'm comfortable with who I am. But after my heart attack, a different kind of quiet crept in. A kind I didn't recognise until I was already in the middle of it. I had family nearby. People checked in. Friends fired the usual, "Alright pal," so technically I wasn't alone. But something still felt slightly out of sync, the kind of loneliness men feel even when life looks perfectly fine on the outside. Loneliness isn't the same as being alone. Us men mix these two things up all the time. Being alone is just the physical part. You're in the house by yourself. Loneliness is emotional. It's the strange gap that you can't quite put your finger on. It's nothing dramatic, nothing sad, and it's not a crisis. It's just that sense of being slightly disconnected, like you're watching life rather than being fully in it. That's the loneliness I'm talking about, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't look like loneliness at all. Why men hide it? Men are world class at hiding how we feel. We can talk for hours about football, rugby, cars, motorbikes, even nonsense like bin days or something like that. But ask, how are you really doing? And suddenly we're experts in one word answers. I'm fine. Aye, sound. Not bad. Even when inside you're thinking, something feels off. I'm not actually fine or sound at all. After my heart attack, that feeling got louder. Not because I didn't have people, but because I didn't want to burden anyone. And to be honest, I still don't. I don't want to sound dramatic. I don't want people worrying. I should just crack on. And that's how loneliness grows in men. Quietly, in the background, unnoticed. The quiet moments that catch you out. My loneliness moments weren't dramatic. There was no big emotional scene. They were tiny things. Walking into the house after work and the quiet landing a bit too heavily. Making dinner and realising I hadn't had a proper conversation at all that day. Just surface chat and banter at work. Sitting on the sofa in the evening with far too much time on my hands to think. It wasn't sadness, it wasn't depression, and it was more like being slightly out of the loop with the world. And if you're a man, you probably know exactly what I mean, even when you've never said it out loud. Contact isn't connection. People checking in is brilliant, yeah, but it's not the same as feeling connected. A quiet text, "How's the heart doing?" It's lovely, but it's not the same as someone properly sitting with you and asking, "How are you actually doing? What's on your mind? What's changed for you? Anything you need to get off your chest?" Most men never get that. We get banter, small talk, surface level stuff like I've said before, which is brilliant, yeah, but it doesn't quite touch the deeper parts of you. After a heart attack, that gap becomes very clear because your world has shifted, and sometimes you need conversations that go just a little bit deeper. Few things that help me. The good news, you don't need a big emotional breakthrough. For me, it was just simple things. Saying aye okay to plans now and again, even when I felt like staying in. You need balance. Rest is important, especially early on, but sometimes getting out is exactly what you need. Once you're out, you're out. You nearly always feel better. Letting one person in just a little more. Not everyone, just one person you trust. Building tiny habits that create connection. A weekly coffee. A couple of regular phone calls. Joining something small locally like a hobby class or a club or something. Realising I didn't need to be strong every minute of the day. Sometimes saying it's been a weird week to someone is enough to open up a meaningful conversation. Nothing dramatic, nothing heavy, just small steps back toward feeling part of the world again. Here's a wee thought. If you're listening and thinking, yeah, I know that feeling, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not weak, you're not failing, and you're not broken. A man rebuilding himself after something massive, something life-changing. Loneliness doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're ready for more connection. Another small step in your recovery. And that's a good thing. You deserve connection. You deserve support. And you deserve people you can be yourself with. Even if it sometimes feels like you're on your own, you're not. We're in this together. Feel free to reach out in the comments if you want. It's all connection. It all helps. If this episode resonated with you, please do me a huge favour. Give it a like and share it with a mate who might need to hear it. You're helping a lot of other people just by doing that. And next time, we're diving into something powerful. The anger nobody talks about. Hidden frustrations, grief, and the slow process of forgiveness. Until then, take it slow, look after yourself, and remember, you're stronger than you think. And you're definitely stronger after the storm. I'm Doogie. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.